Today in this video we are going to study about the relative extrema. So as you all know that by the terms extrema we can understand that it means the minimum or the maximum values. So whenever we say relative extrema, it means we are talking about the relative minimum or the relative maximum. So let's have a look at the graph. So this is the graph. In the graph you can see that these are the turning points. So these two are the turning points of the graph. Or you can see that this is the highest peak of the mountain, or this is the bottom of the valley. So the peak of the mountain is also termed as relative maximum, whereas the bottom of the valley is also termed as relative minimum. Now just now we have used the word turning points. So we can observe that in this graph of the function, what's happening, the increasing changes into decreasing, means after this point the increasing changes into decreasing. So that's why this point is also known as relative maximum. Whereas at this point relative minimum, what's happening, the decreasing changes into increasing. So the point from where the decreasing graph changes into the increasing is said to be relative minimum. Now these 2 points, relative maximum and relative minimums, are collectively known as the critical points, means you can also be termed as the critical points or the critical numbers. Now let's understand that what is the behavior of the graph at these points. If I draw a tangent line at this point, so what I have seen, that the slope of the tangent line is equal to 0, and I also know that the slope of the tangent line is also known as the derivative. So it means at critical points the derivative of the function is 0. Likewise, if I draw a tangent line at a relative minimum, what happened, that the slope of the tangent line is 0 here. So it means that the derivative of the function at this relative minimum is 0. So hence we can say that at any point, at any critical point where we have a relative maximum and relative minimum, the slope of the tangent line and hence the derivative of the function is 0. So now what are the values of the relative minimum and relative maximum? So let's see that at this point, at relative minimum, the x value is equal to 1. No, sorry, this is the relative maximum. So at the relative maximum is at x equal to 1, whereas the relative minimum occurs at x equal to